Welcome back to Allison Customs. Got another project today that's for the shop. It's a shop tool that I broke. Yes, it could have been avoided. Yes, I did it. You can quit ridiculing me. I've had enough. It's the table. Show you that. It's the table and the angle finder for my belt sander. And I was making a piece, I don't know, right before Christmas, before I left for Christmas to spend time with family, and thought it would be a great idea to sand down a piece that then hit the table and sheared that piece right off. So what the plan is now is to braze this back together. I think this is cast steel. It's either cast iron or cast steel, but the finished edges make me think it's cast steel, so it doesn't matter. We could probably weld this, get enough heat in it, try and get a good bead in there. Definitely some stick welding techniques that would work, or certain rods that would work. I think. I say definitely I think there is. However, the method I'm going to use is to attempt to braze this. And I say attempt because those of you who've been on the channel a while might remember when my father-in-law helped me do some work on our forklift, on the big brace for the forklift. And he basically taught me how to braze at that time while telling some pretty good stories. If you haven't seen that video, you should go back and check it out. In fact, I'll link it either in the corner or up below or down below or something. Anyway, up below? Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, what we're going to do, and because I'm not super sure on how exactly to pull this off, what I think I'm going to do is clean all this up first, and then I'm going to grind away a good gouge on this piece and on this piece, but I'm going to leave the outside intact so I can line everything up, get it in place, braze it from the inside, and then I'll come back and gouge it on the outside and braze it again, you know, do the same process again. I think doing it in 2 steps might let me get this straight-ish. I'd really like it to be straight. Alright, hopefully you can see this. I have taken the 2 parts, wire brushed them or wire wheeled them, and then gouged out probably 60+% of the material there, or probably more like 70-75%. And now I'm going to try and braze it. So I've got my torch out, which, if you remember when I did the forklift, I used a much smaller torch. I've since bought a bigger torch. And then last time we used flux, a mix of flux that my father-in-law has had for, I don't know, ever. Probably this can's probably 30+ years old. And it's a mix of different kinds of flux, so that he was never worried about what kind of metal he was trying to braze, because he put 2 or 3 or 4 different kinds of flux in here, and so you just dip into it, and whenever whatever you didn't need, whatever kind of flux you didn't need, burned off, and the kind you needed was in the can. And we used this rod, and this was a low fuming bronze bare rod. Well, at the time I did all that, I had bought this LFB flux coated rod, and he said he had never used it, and let's just do it the way he had always done it. So we did. Well, it worked perfectly when we did it his way. So what am I going to do? Like everybody else, I'm going to do it my own way real quick. Or, well, I'm probably going to screw it up, but we're going to try and do it my way. And my way just being, I want to try the other product. It's probably pretty loud, but I'm going to just try and heat all this up. And then once you got it good and hot, let's try this flux-coated wire. this flux comes off here like, like plastic. Now this white flux, it just burns off like plastic, so kind of leaves a mess. But looks like it's worked, and obviously it's staying together. So I think what I'm going to do is prop this up and then grind out that other edge. All right, so I think we got this figured out. We got this gouged out again on this side. Well, I couldn't find one of my welding blankets. I don't know where they're at, but got my leathers. Wrap it up in this. Of course, they're burning. All right, we'll come back to that in a few hours. All right, guys, so I've unwrapped the table here, whatever we're going to call it, and you can see got quite a bit of material in there, or quite a bit of the brazing rod. And this was, just so you guys know, this was in-weld LFB flux coated 1/8 inch, and hope that's all you need. I don't know. They said I'd really like this one. Kind of deceiving of what you're doing. Overall, though, it came out real good. So we're going to take a flap disc and try and clean that up on both sides. I looked on the... Okay, cat. I looked on the unit there, and I don't think much of this is going to matter. We'll clean up a little bit of it, but I don't think we have to do a whole lot there as far as the cleanup. We just really need to clean up the outside a little bit and the table mostly. So get a flap disc on there. And it's not like this gets used for precision work or anything. I think that's our repair made. Let's see how it fits on the sander. Couldn't remember where the bolt hole was. There's like 10 holes on this side. How it sits, it's a little crooked this way. This edge is going to get self-clearanced a little bit, but it's back to giving us a table to work our hands off of, and then I just got to get the right wrench in here and tighten this up a little better. But find out. Starting to wonder if if there's a little piece of flux or something back there that I didn't see. Oh yeah, sure enough. Well, that helped a little bit, but it's still tight on this edge over here. So it's going to do a little self-clearance. I'm going to throw another washer on there because I don't think it's getting a really good bite. But you can see it. I don't know, you probably can't see it. But we have about a 3/30 seconds gap over here and basically no gap over here. It's not really sanding away on it very much, but it is not fitting correctly. It's good enough. That's what it comes down to. I use this to sharpen drill bits, clean up some parts every now and then. It will absolutely do that again and give me a rest to make it easier. So that's it. That's brazing. Not a lesson, because that's my second time ever, and it came out all right. I would probably go back to just flux and brazing rod, where I can just dip warm the brazing rod up, dip it in the flux, and then work, because it did seem to work a little better. So my father-in-law, who was teaching me in the past video, you know, he wasn't wrong. Amazing, right? 50-something years of experience. He wasn't wrong. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. I'll keep putting stuff out. We'll see you guys soon. Thanks. Hey, just so you know, I put another washer on there so it grabs a little better on that adjustability, the angle finder or whatever. And now it pulls it out just a hair more, so it's not even touching now. So anyway, like I said, good enough. Thanks for watching. See you next time.